So we're sitting here with Corey from S.I.C Strength. She's actually also the co-chairman for Strongman in the state of Connecticut. So when it comes to a lot of the training that we do today, when you talk about bodybuilding at any given time, it's weight divisions, it's height divisions, sometimes both. When it comes to Strongman, do they cut it up that way in terms of like age, weight, height, anything like that? Or
for Strongman, it's strictly age and weight. So we always have weight classes, but then there's also a juniors category and a masters category, and sometimes in competitions we actually have a first responder category as well.
I will respond first. So now it really does come down to like a numbers, hey, you're number 1, you're number 3, you're number 5 in terms of the order. When it comes to Strongman, is it the same thing in terms of like, hey, you're number X, or is it like you're the smallest guy, like in powerlifting meets, it's like, oh, you're lifting the lightest, so you're going to start the flight. Like, does it work that same way, or?
It's similar. So in Strongman, we actually, the first person to sign up for the competition is going to be the last one to go. So they get to size everybody up, and they kind of know what the standard is. But they also do it by weight. So if you do a deadlift, last man standing, then it's going to be first come, first serve. If you want to try the 135, if you want to try the 315, it changes with each event that we do.
Now I've seen too, when it comes to like World's Strongest Man or Giants Live, record breakers, there are certain people who are like, I'm not going to waste my energy on that attempt. Mm-hmm. In the amateur contest, can you do the same thing where you're like, hey, I know I've got 300 in the tank, so I'm not going to bother with 250. I'm going to save my strength for the 300.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you fail at the 300, is that it? You're out? Like, you don't get a third attempt to do it again, or?
So, for, let's say, deadlift, right? If it's last man standing, you get 3 attempts. So if you fail the second one, you do get to try again.
Oh, okay.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be a lot of failure for me. Just,
well, Strongman also, like you were saying, if you feel stronger in one category than the other, you're going to reserve your energy for that particular lift. You could fail out a deadlift, but you could still come in first or second because it's a lot of the point system. Yes, we use a point system.
As a guy who's bad at math, this is going to be disastrous. So now, obviously, as we're training today, the weights are different on even like standardized things like the Atlas stones, the height of the platform in Atlas stones and stuff like that. Is that taken into account based on the height and weight of the person, or it just, hey, Strongman, you got to be strong, so just lift it?
It's Strongman. You got to be strong. You got to do what you got to do to get the weight up.
Why did you do this to me?
Yep.
So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to meet up with Don, who is your dad, yeah?
Yep, my
All
dad.
right. So in the meantime, why don't you tell us if we were looking for Strongman-related information or Strongman-related equipment, how we can contact your company.
Okay, so we're S.I.C Strength. It's S-I-C. It stands for Say I Can't. Pretty much a challenge. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it twice and put it right in your face. So that's where our company kind of came from, the idea. And we're on Instagram, it's S.I.C Strength. And we don't have a Facebook page right now. We just kind of keep it really simple.
Yeah, take that, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, just reach out to us on Instagram, S.I.C Strength.
They're going to say I can't a lot today, so let's give it a shot. Going, everybody. Here with Don Taylor, S.I.C Strength. Everything that we're doing today has actually been built and fabricated by his company, S.I.C Strength. He's the owner. Right now, obviously, we're at Steel Beach in Oakville, Connecticut. And today we're going to be training on the Atlas stones. And interestingly enough, like one of the first reasons I wanted to start with the Atlas stones is obviously because we're doing the Husafell stone. So when it comes to lifting stones, they actually weren't introduced into the World's Strongest Man until 1986, when back then they were called the McGlashan stones. I can't wait to get roasted in the comment section about the fact that I got the name wrong, but it doesn't really matter. And then in 1998, when World's Strongest Man was actually in Morocco, they called them the Atlas stones, because for those of you who don't know, Atlas was essentially Greek mythology, where after he went to war with Zeus, Zeus made him hold up the heavens for all of eternity so that his hands couldn't get into anything else that would be considered, you know, blasphemous against the gods. So the Atlas stones are essentially a callback to the fact that he's holding up the entire world and the entire heavens on his back. So World's Strongest Man, World's Strongest Everyman, Husafell stone, Atlas stones, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So Don's going to run me through not just training today. We're actually going to run through the Atlas stones, but we're also going to run through warm-ups, cool-downs, and do some other stuff in terms of, I know that we have a local strongman meet that's going to come up here coming up.
February.
Right? So that February meet has things like the yoke carry. We're going to do some, thank you. Wait, no.
We're gonna do a medley with logs.
Yes.
Axles.
But today we're going to be doing farmer's carries.
Yes.
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 look, I talk, but I'm not very smart. So we're gonna be doing our farmer's carries, which is weight in either side, but we need to do it for distance. So we're gonna be doing some grip strength training where me and Don are gonna go head to head at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But my man, lead us through it. So as a person who I think I've lifted the stones maybe like twice, just to get the feel for what it feels like.
Right.
But as a bodybuilder, like you would come in, if you're doing chest, you would do, chest flies, kind of warm up the rotator joints, kind of warm up the AC joint.
Right.
How do you even warm up to start lifting stones?
To warm up lifting stones, usually I warm up doing the movement.
Okay.
And I start off really light with some rubber balls, sand balls, and then I'll gradually go into the stones.
Let's put some balls in my hands then.
Put some balls in your hands.
Now, because these are lighter though,
Right.
I wouldn't need chalk, I wouldn't need tacky.
No, you don't want to use chalk with stones because the chalk will sometimes make it slipperier.
Really?
So yeah. You'll see when we get into tacky.
See, powerlifters, chalk is not the end all be all. Don't at me in the comments.
So, and a lot of times when you're lifting stones, heavier is better.
Okay.
All right. So when you're doing the
Better,
lighter,
like better, almost better, like you can like sit into it, get better leverage.
Yes.
Got it.
You'll feel that weight in it, and it kind of, I don't know, you'll feel the strength.
Okay.
And you'll have more control over the stone.
Okay.
All right. But if you want to come down and what we'll try to do is straddle the stone.
Now, what I did notice, because like I said, I tried the stones just the other day to kind of warm up for this.
Right.
The belt that you're going to use matters because I have a lever belt, and I noticed that the stone digs into it.
Right.
So is there like a different belt you would use?
You can use that belt, or you can use a buckle belt. I have a spud belt that I use, but a lot of times what they'll do is to take the belt and they'll spin it around.
Okay.
And they'll put the buckle on the back, on your lower back.
So personalized belt's bad idea.
Yeah.
I wish I would have asked this question a couple days ago. With oh, look, my personalized belt. How interesting. Cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll keep this in the front here. All right, so this on for safety. Now,
So what you're going to want to do is straddle the stone.
okay.
Reach down.
Now I've seen people kind of make a wedge. You don't want to wedge it.
No, I don't like the wedge.
Okay, no wedge.
You know, it's a personal preference.
He's not a wedgie guy.
I'm a tall guy.
He's not a wedgie guy.
No.
All right.
No. So we'll reach down, and what I like to roll it a little bit, get your fingers underneath it, and you're gonna pull up and put it on your lap.
Sit it. Okay.
You're gonna sit right on it, okay? And in this position here, you can do whatever you want.
Right. Take a breath.
Yeah, you can take a breath, all right? So now from this position here, you're gonna wanna get that ball nice, hug it really tight next to your body, okay?
Okay.
And when you pull it up, with your hips.
So,
right.
Now, is there a point on my chest I'd rather have this than somewhere else?
Probably about as
We're
high
just
as
gonna
you
do
can
this
get
for
it.
20 minutes. We're gonna warm up our lower back. Something like this.
So yeah, the higher the better.
Okay.
That's like when you're in this position, that's why you want to get right and close and hug it nice and tight.
So the leverage on the stone would actually be better the lower that you got onto it.
Once you get tacky on,
Yeah.
that'll help out. You'll be able to get a little bit higher.
That's a spoiler alert for later in the video.
Right. All right. So without tacky, the one thing that you're trying not to do, and the tacky is what helps it not do, is have the ball spin.
Okay.
That's the biggest and hardest part of this lift, is getting it up off the ground and having the stone not spin out of your hands.
Okay. Which for me, not having a power belly actually is kind of a positive
saying.
here because I'm not. I never said. Did you see that? I said I don't have it, and he goes, "That means he said I do."
That's it. I'm out of here. So yeah, but the biggest thing is to have your forearms against the stone to stop it from spinning forward. So if I just lift like this,
Got
it's
it.
just gonna spin. So if you have
So
your forearms-
you may actually have to like get
Yes.
your fingertips underneath it.
right, and you're gonna learn
Rest
as
in
you
peace,
go on.
fingertips.
Yeah, as you go on, as you want to work that ball back and forth or the stone, have your forearms get it. You just sit on it, and then hug it really tight.
So is it almost like a clean off the like you want it to almost be weightless as it comes up, so you
Yeah.
can readjust when you get to the okay.
Yeah. I call it almost like a crane. Like you're not going to curl and try to curl
Yeah.
the stone up.
Rest
You
in
wanna
peace,
crane it.
biceps.
Right, exactly.
Bicep
So you're going to pull it up and put it on your lap.
So what's this one? 90?
Yes.
Okay. This one's 20, so we're just gonna. All right. Just so everyone knows, look, this 90. It's for real. All right. Please don't look like a pussy. Here we go.
Work it back and forth, get it on your forearms. They're good. Lift it. There you go. Bingo.
Woo!
Right.
I will say this for everybody that's watching it. It takes the breath out of you when you sit it on your sternum like that.
Right, when you sit it up on your chest, you have a very hard time breathing.
Well, what's rough with that is you've seen guys go through that.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I'll go for another attempt.
Yes.
Dude, how are you supposed to go with another attempt like a 275-pound stone?
Right. You know what? When you're in that fight and you're competing and
you guys got get the salts. No salts.
I got salts if you want salts. But yeah, when you're in that fight and you're going through the competition and the adrenaline's flowing and well, you know that feeling, and breathing takes a back seat until you're done.
I can't wait to pass out under the weight of these stones.
Yes.
All right, let's move to the real ones, man.
Okay, you got it.
Because if there's anything I know, it's that you should only practice once before you do something. Cut to the stones. So when it comes to how close I want to be, obviously the stone is going to be as far as it is, especially when they set up the medley themselves.
Yes. Yep.
How close do I want to be to this platform when I go to actually lift it? Like,
usually
if I'm too close, I'm bouncing off of this.
Right, or you're going to hit your head on the back underneath there. So what we usually do is we'll come in and we'll put our heads against the platform like this, and then go from there. You should be at a safe distance.
I got a big forehead, so it's true.
Well, maybe you should take 2 steps back.
Son of a bitch. Here we go.
Good. Flap it. Good position. Hug it. There you go. Good. Awesome.
Definitely a short man sport. All right, this is just all right.
Yeah, just drop it.
Golly,
Not
man.
gonna break.
All right, this is what? So that first 2 lifts,
95.
90. All right, triple digits it is, right?
Yes, sir.
How many stones we got?
We've got 5 stones.
Okay.
We're gonna go to 115.
115 it is. And we're still sticking with the 48.
Yep.
You're sure? You're sure we're sticking with the 48?
I am absolutely.
You sure? You're
positive.
100%. You know we don't want to start here.
I am positive.
So we are moving to this. We're not moving to the smaller one.
No. We're gonna go right after this high one right here. Do that. Sit on it. Get comfortable. Hip. Good.
Oh,
Awesome.
that was easy. Here we go. All right, so we're working through this. You never, while you're working up, right? Like if we're doing powerlifting training or standard hypertrophy, you do standard progressive overload.
Yep.
Start with a set of 8, then 6, then 5.
Right.
With this, you're just trying to get used to the weight, get your lower back engaged for leverage.
Yes.
But you're not so concerned with doing it for reps, like metabolic conditioning, anything like that.
Well, a lot of times we can do incorporate reps, as we can go from we'll do from heavy to light or light to heavy. Okay. The lighter going up to the higher platform, and just work our way down at platforms but up in weight.
So for those watching at home, 145, 115, 95, 36, 42, 48 height.
And a lot of times these events, the medleys are timed. So you have to do it as quick as you can.
Here we go. All right, let's do it. This is the point in the music video where everything gets super loud and sped up.
Maybe we can try that in full speed next time. All right.
3 reps, 3 stones.
Take the wind right out of you.
Dude, for real, like it sits right on your chest, on your diaphragm. And having this thing squeeze, I mean, you need it for lower back support, but having it squeeze out, you can't expand your lungs.
You'll see in Strongman, they use a different type of belt too. The Spud belt
is
a little more flexible.
Okay. Oh, is that the like Velcro?
The Velcro one, yeah. It's on a ring. You pull it back around.
Great, now I gotta go somewhere and get another thing.
Yeah, they got all the toys. So, well, you ready to tacky up? And, all right, let's tacky up.
All right, here we go. All right. Tacky, yes?
Yes, tacky. It's
noticing duct tape, and that has me a little bit concerned and also confused.
Well, this is for after, when we're done.
Color me surprised.
No, what happens is when you put tacky directly on the skin, it's very difficult to get off. So, but if you do in competition, just put it on your bare skin. We just use like a little mineral oil or baby oil and it just work it and it comes off.
Thank you for that early, as opposed to me being in the shower being like, why the fuck doesn't come off?
3 weeks from now and it's still
Yeah,
stuck to
exactly.
your
I
thing.
can't hug my kids or I take off half their back.
Right, so we're gonna help you out. We're gonna put some duct tape on his arms and then put the tacky on top of the duct tape. So it gives the same effect.
Ready? Fast forward. And just like that, folks. All right, 175 pound stone, yeah?
Yeah, measure up, measure
42. Now, because I have this tacky, would you suggest the same hand placement?
Same technique, yep.
Holy shit. It's locked into place before I got to the right spot.
Yep.
Shit. All right, there we go.
There you go. Hug that, hug it. Good job.
Look at this side, ready?
Yeah. I thought that was your skin.
You know, I don't know what it looks like under this duct tape, so I'm not gonna say you're wrong yet.
We'll find out.
I'm gonna try to do this max height first. Let's do it.
Very good. Pull it up to your lap. Get up on your lap. There you go. Sit on it. Now have your hands, your arms and your hands coming over the top.
Oh, the top, okay.
Right, so you don't use your biceps as much. Just use the bicep to pull that stone against your body.
Lost that pressure.
It's all right, it's all right. Pull it against your body. There you go. Push, 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 push. There you go. Got it.
That is counterintuitive. Just give me a second for the lights to go back out. Somebody turn all the lights up.
When the stone comes up to the top, it should be spinning.
So you almost want to let it go
Right,
like you're
and
releasing.
spin, and spin, so it comes up and it spins.
Because for those of you watching at home, the problem is when you're up that high, it's completely counterintuitive because what you're doing is you're pulling the stone into yourself. But the majority of the weight, which makes the center of gravity below where you're holding it, you have to trust that tacky where when you go to pull it up like that, it's gonna stay against you because the first thing you feel is that stone is gonna drop right on your toes. So when you grab it higher, if you didn't train with the tacky, you won't know to do that. And not only that, but when it's 48 inches like that and you're trying to get it to, like you said, to roll, you're almost like, get off! Like it's
you gotta
stuck.
trust it. You really gotta heave it up.
Great. For a short guy, super easy. All right.
Are you ready for the big guy? Yeah, baby.
Oh!
Good job. Good job. Hug that. Hug it. Oh! Good job. Awesome job. You all right?
When do we lift the stone? Again.
Awesome.
We go again. All right, medley. I start at the lighter weight, higher platform.
Yep.
That's how it'll be on contest
That'll
day.
be our contest day.
Now, what's the time limit? Is there a time limit?
60 seconds.
Start the timer. Now the timer starts as soon as I lift the stone.
Right. There'll be a
So it won't
command.
be like in the back and they'll be like, and go.
No, your start command, then you'll be in position ready to lift that stone.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it
And
like
then-
contest. Let's turn the music up and we're gonna do it like a contest day.
And then the finish, as soon as the stone touches the top of the last platform, clock stops.
Gotcha. Okay, ready? Release. Like let go.
Yeah, no, as soon as it hits.
Okay, good. Because I want the tacky to get
yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
Let's crank the music up and see if we can do this in 60 seconds.
Go.
Here we are in a new filming location where we're going to be working on our axle bar deads, where essentially we have a, what is it, 3-inch axle bar, which essentially is like 4 times the size of a normal barbell. And the idea is the bar is so thick that you won't be able to actually grip, so you can't use a hook grip. Most people will use a varied grip, especially if they're going to move it into an axle bar deadlift to press. But we're going to move over to this second platform here, so I'm out of the way of these other people, and we're going to work on our axle bar deads, which means that the plate itself is actually the size of an axle wheel, so you'll have a look at it. But like I said, whole new filming location. We had to go all the way to another place. All right, we're 5 feet from where we started. Now, when it comes to the specific wheels, what they call axle wheels themselves,
right.
You can get them from a number of different companies, but it's almost like a block pole, right? Like it's further off the ground than a standard plate.
Right, yeah, usually. On most people, it'll start like right at the below the knee. Yours will be like at the top of the quad. So then,
son of a bitch. The short jokes keep coming.
I'm sorry, man. I'll stop. This event right here will be last man standing. So this event will combine.
I am currently standing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You got a good start.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be men and women, and we'll go up 20 pounds. And the last man that lifts the most weight wins.
Now, obviously, if you've never met me before, you don't. But I have pretty big hands. Like in terms of, let's see, he's about what, a half foot taller than me.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Let's go. He's 6 foot tall. My hands are bigger than his.
Right. That's about the only thing.
I don't know if you heard me say that. My hands are bigger than his. So when I go to pull this, I should have the leverage advantage. But that's how difficult the axle bar is because it's so thick. Yeah, we're gonna put our. We'll give that a shot. I got it. It's the chalk. I didn't read chalk.
There you go. No lift.
Damn it! I'm not gonna lie. Like my in competition deadlift is 535 with the APA. So, you know, to go to lift this and have it be like 100 pounds less is, or what, 130 pounds, 140 pounds less is. I don't feel great. Let's just say that. I don't feel great right now. So, now we're gonna do our yoke carries. The main thing I wanna focus on is where to put this on my back, because a lot of times when you talk about like a squat position, you'd have high bar versus low bar positioning. So when it comes to actually needing to walk this and trying to remove as much compression on the spine and as much, you know, weight on your knees and your hips as possible, placing this at the right spot on your torso is probably going to be the most important thing, I would assume.
So when you step up underneath it, you're going to pull everything up. So your traps and your shoulders are going to build like a ledge that it sits on.
Time for the yoke. So right now, what's the yoke weigh?
165.
All right. Oh, that's right. It says right here, 165. So 165 pound steel yoke just to start, and we've got 90 pounds with 245s on one at each alternating corner. So
right, you don't want to take big strides. You want to protect your knees. You want to protect your hips. All right, so there's not like big motions.
Okay.
So it's nice baby steps, stiff, just like that.
Big
stance.
So you want to keep a wide stance as you
Keep a
go.
wide stance, but it's,
Now, what's the distance from here?
we'll call it 50 feet.
We'll call it that. It's 100 feet. We'll call it 50, but it's 100. I don't want anyone to feel bad. I just wanted to keep going. That's what it was. It was so comfortable. It was so comfortable.
Good.
You know, the problem is, if it starts to roll on you at all, it's like, you ever seen a washing machine when it loses balance and then it just goes, that's the same thing. So you gotta stop, let it stabilize,
Right.
and then pick it back up.
Right. In some competitions, you're actually allowed to do a drop it on the ground and then lift it back up.
One, you get
drop.
one,
Right.
yeah.
But if you have to, just drop it down, then reset, come back up, and then go again.
Oh, it's easy, yeah, it's so easy. The gauntlet has been thrown by me to this guy, the owner and proprietor of S.I.C Strength, where I'm short, he's tall, I'm thin, he's fat. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna level the playing field. We got 135 pounds on each of these farmer carry bars. We've got our purple band, which is our dynamic weight resistance on either side. Don's gonna pick it up. We're gonna have our counter in the bottom left to see how long he can hold it. And then I'm gonna win by holding it for longer. So, here we go. Yeah, because he'll pan over. I wanna know who wins. So.
I'm just gonna do it for right now.
Wait, let's see about Corey. Corey, what's the time?
20, it's not on here because I did it wrong. It's 29 seconds.
29 seconds is the time to beat.
So a minute 29.
Time.
Competitor ready.
Competitors ready. Timer, are you ready?
Ready.
Camera, you ready? Okay, here we go. Oh, you son of a bitch.
34.
I'm pretty sure I blacked out about 10 seconds in, so I think I won.